Hey, garage people! Coming back at you from my girlfriend's garage. Oh, you probably haven't seen this yet. Let me turn you around. Boom! We got a logo. Check that out. Got one of them there.
I turn back around and there's a
And one there.
the names behind him laying on his back.
And also one down here. How cool is that? My girlfriend's garage has a logo. Thanks to my girlfriend being awesome. I'm gonna print out some more of these eventually. Some smaller ones for on the car and on my Grand Prix, probably for the girlfriend's Subaru and just for other stuff as well. These ones are about as small as you can print these really intricate ones, or cut them rather. So we'll make some other ones, a different design that's a little bit simpler. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how they came out. So yeah, we're very official now. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, it's the morning after my last video, Wednesday from Tuesday. It is freezing outside, and I am working in here. I've got the roll control solenoid installed for final sake. It is grounded there. The brake light switch is installed, and the lines are tied in with the positive 12 volt for the roll control solenoid, and those are running back here, and they're currently down there. But then they will go up through there. Let's see if we can see that little bulkhead. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they have to get, that thing gets moved, and these get run through there along with a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to move that in preparation for getting the intake in there with those solenoids and the other fun stuff that also comes through here. So, but yeah, that's done. I got the adapter fittings. Okay, obviously that is not installed for, because that one goes to the master, so that has to be moved for lots of other installs. So I'm going to pop those two nuts back off. So this is just hanging on there loose. But I wanted it to sit right where it needs to for the mock-up, so I got my lines perfect. But yeah, as you can see, got the adapter in there and in there. And this one from the roll control solenoid to the distribution block is full installed. This one is tight in. Everything is solid. That was pretty dang easy to bend up. It was kind of fun actually. So I got the $15 Proform tool, or performance tool from O'Reilly's, and yeah, it was definitely good enough. So I'm gonna hold on to that, and I will not be afraid of bending brake lines anymore, because that was pretty cool. So we got a new one from there up to here, and then we got a new one out of here into there. So my old one I just tossed over here. I kind of practiced on it. I'll maybe hold on to it for some use, but this adapter is red Loctited into the block, so that's not going to be coming out anytime soon. These are all sealed in there as well, so they should be set. This is coming off, because that'll come off. But yeah, but then we're going to climb inside and start doing some damage, if we can, in the car. So that harness plug is way up under there, and I'm going to pull that out to thread some wires through, and then we'll see about mounting this up there, how that all situates. And yeah, then we got to bring the Subaru into car time for repairs at noon. And I haven't checked, or I did check this morning earlier at like 5. It just said the bolts had left Indianapolis yesterday at like 6 p.m. So if they get here today, that'd be impressive. I don't know if they're gonna make it or not, but anyway, let's venture out and see the cold a little bit. Phone says it's negative 12. It's fortunately not too windy, so let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, beautiful. She's crispy, folks. Very crispy. Ooh. Yeah. Just going into the shop later because we got the coupon. Oh, fun stuff. Makes you really appreciate the heater. You hear this thing just moving. Oh yeah, it's half a foot per rotation. So we're using, let's see, we'll go at the quarter, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000. What's a quarter of a half? 16th? 16th in 6 seconds. Whew. 16th of a cubic foot every 6 seconds. You do the math. It's cold. So yeah, engine is still here. Everything's happy. Clutch is still there, ready to rock. Yep. So, I'm gonna set my light in the car, open the door here, and crawl inside, and we'll see what mischief we can't get up to. Because after we get these wires through and that gauge and that dash panel up and happy, there's a little bit more wiring that we can do. But then we're on to assembly mode. So, fun stuff very soon. Yeah, I'll stay in the garage and huddle by the heaters and come back at you when I know something new. So yeah, see you shortly. Hey garage people, good news from my girlfriend's garage. According to FedEx and Summit, the bolts are on the truck for delivery, which is awesome. Be here by maybe noon-ish, but probably 2:10 at the late end, so that's good. They should be here by the time I'm done with the Subaru, if nothing else, so that's good news. And then I'll have the new rear wiper to put on the window as well, so all good stuff there. And other good things, I've been up to some mischief inside the car, so I'll turn you around. First on the bench, we got here nitrous solenoids and arming switches and relays. Nitrous purging solenoid and switch and wiring. Roll control, wiring and switch and indicator light. Safety, what do they call it? Safety something. Power safe relay for the nitrous. So that's all the stuff set here. We got some batteries charging for my loyal power tools. And we've got the heater plugged in with the cord there. Shout out Jenny for my wonderful Christmas gift. This toolbox is currently plugged in, charging multiple things, splitting power to my heater, and functioning as a workbench and a toolbox, so I thoroughly love it. But inside the car, some good stuff here. We have passage for our wiring coming through the bulkhead there. If you can see, just in the corner, I just enlarged the hole, and I got my wires coming through the side there, and that is the main harness where the cable passes through, and the grommet there. So I just made a bigger hole and then polished it all off and sanded it smooth. I'll put a grommet around it once I get all my wires through there, but that should be just perfect. I think I have 7 wires to pass through there total. So that's good. That worked out pretty well. I got so far through, these are the brake wires for the switch from the roll control solenoid, and then this is the wire that goes to the roll control solenoid switch, or the activation switch. I also greatly increased the size of my window there to fit my wires through behind my dash, because I did a little bit of fitment and saw that's going to need it. And I readjusted the wires slightly on here, but that should all fit just fine. I got a pile of bolts here to put that back in. So I believe the next step is I'm going to try to fit all these wires around through this hole so they hang down here. And then once that is sitting on the steering column, I can wedge the dash instrumentation cluster back in there, and then the plastic cover over the top of that, and bolt those down, and then bolt this thing in tight into its place here. And then I'll have all the wires hanging down that can go to their spots. So probably made it a lot more easier sounding than it's actually going to be, because there's going to be some crazy fitment in there. But I don't think it should be impossible. There should be some clearance there, so I'm cautiously optimistic. Everything up front went really well as far as running those wires. Everything's great here, except I've got, shin banger. These freaking things are solid. But yeah, roll control, wires going up here. Yeah, I'll organize all these in a loom. Once I run everything else over to here, I'll probably just loom it like, I'll run all the solenoids will be over here. I'll run it to here, probably just loom stuff together and then pop it down through there. So yeah, good stuff so far. As far as next things go, waiting on those bolts still, but they're now on the way, or we know they're going to be here today, so I'll try to get this stuff in, and then most of the dash back together, because that would be awesome, because then I can go about wiring stuff into the headlight. I can run my cable over to there for the tack. I can run this, I can connect this for the O2, and then I can wire this little thing is for the headlights, for this, so those have to go into there. Yeah, there's probably about 8 or 10 connections that I'll have to solder once that's all in, but once that's in, then I can reattach the dash, and then basically the only thing that's still out of the car is the seats and the trim panels and stuff, which I need to leave out for a little while because there's going to be some switches mounted in there. There's going to be some switches mounted in there, I think. So, but once the dash is in and everything is secure, that piece of plastic, that long one, that's this one's twin, can go back in, and that'll look nice. And then once the trans goes up under the bottom, the cutout will go in, and we can run some more wires, and then it's off to the races. So hopefully end of this week, including tomorrow, will be action-packed, and a half of Friday as well. And then girlfriend and I are heading out of town for the weekend after a half day on Friday, I believe. So be a little bit of a pause there, but that's all in the future. So I'm going to try to charge hard on this for the next hour or so, and then we'll tune in after we're back with the Subaru. So yeah, good stuff. Hey garage people, greetings from just outside my girlfriend's garage. I am standing out in the cold because we have a Subaru with fresh oil and a filter and rotated tires and a new TPMS sensor because one was busted. So now we have tire pressure readings again. That's back from car time, but more pressing, I won't say more important because that's a very important car and it does its job very well. I have a very soft spot for it. But also, I'm gonna walk through the crunchy snow that I haven't shoveled. Parts! Giant box for something extremely light. There's a long windshield wiper in there and a tiny little box of bolts at the bottom that's about as big as this label. So, I am going to, honestly, I should probably shovel this, but I don't think we're gonna have any visitors. So, I am going to go inside, open this box, come back out here, swamp life, take this old creaky windshield wiper off, put a new one on, and then I will come back in here, and I'm really gonna try to get my dashboard, get these two things mounted with this, and most of these screws, and those two things back in, and that thing on, the A-pillar. Along with, never mind, not the vent, because I still need that wire. But I want to get this area as buttoned up as I can, so then I can bust in here, take out the bolts, wheel the engine over here, put these things back under the car because I'm done messing around. Then the Subaru can come back in the garage. And then these bolts go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This oil pump goes on. We measure for clearance for the pickup, and we're off to the races. Got to do a little bit of clearancing on this front cover probably, but all in due time. So, we're going to get to a good stopping point on the interior. We're going to probably clean off the workbench. We're going to switch gears, and we'll have some fun with this stuff. Yeah. Oh! Show off my... Yeah, check out that jacket. It's gorgeous. Was wasn't cold at all in the -5 and windy. Oop, that stays like this. All right. Good stuff. Let's get after it. Yeah. Hey, garage fans, friends, family, motorheads, and everyone in between. This is my last post for Wednesday, my last update. I'll flip you around and show you. Kind of taking a little step back, but it's not too bad. So, I ran a bunch of wires through. This was partially installed. This was all kind of up in there, and I was messing around with this. And some of that was run, but as it works out, my little window is not in the opportune space for this bigger bundle of wires. So I'm going to run those other 3 or 4 are going through there, and then I'm going to drill a hole. You guys can see. Kind of right there. Tough to tell, but I'm gonna do that, and then these wires, this bundle, which is attached to like this harness and all this stuff, that'll run through this area instead of this area, and it'll just allow that to sit and plug in the connector right there, and then where is it? Oh, it's in here already, but the clear cover of the dash has to fit in there as well, so it's all a very delicate balance, but yeah, 'tis the way she goes. On the positive side, got my oil pump bolts sitting right here, ready to rock. That's gonna go in tomorrow for sure. After I do this, because I really want to get that done, the dash back together, so that's gonna go back in tomorrow. The oil pump will then go on here, and I'll shim it. The sump will come off and then go back on once it's shimmed and in, and bolt onto its perch there. And then the bottom end will go on, and then I can custom fit the front cover if need be, which probably will. And then I can move to back here once the engine is off the stand, so that'll be really fun as well. Got my Improved Racing little barbell dog bone in there, so that's good. Used that ARP oil pump bolt kit was just a generic kit, so it came with 5 bolts and I needed 4. Put the 5th one up here, so on top of the engine's all pretty. But yeah, these bolts, come on, there we go. They go 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, where are we? There we are. Yeah, so that'll be excellent. Wanted the extra strength there because I am spacing it out further with the double roller timing chain. So worth the wait. A little bit long, but yeah, good stuff. So I'll be back in early tomorrow and finish on that interior part there. And then we can move on to assembling this bad boy. Maybe we'll get it on the crane tomorrow. Probably not on the subframe because we got a lot of measuring to do with that transmission. But, I don't know, crazier things have happened. So keep your fingers crossed for me. And we'll kill it tomorrow. Yeah, keep wrenching, folks. Engine incoming.